Good morning, guys. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Carey, and this is the podcast that follows my book, Words from a Friend, a daily guide to a purposeful life. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We're on a 365-day inner journey together. So grateful to have you along for the ride. I'm so happy that you're following along. I appreciate all the beautiful messages that I get, and I'm so glad that everybody's decided to take the ride for themselves, because it's for you. It's for you. This ride is for you. All right. Today, we are on episode 79 of our 365-day inner journey, and it is a continuation of yesterday. We do a lot of assuming. It took 2-3 pages for me to talk about it when I wrote this, apparently. More on assumptions, jumping to conclusions like yesterday. We got some nice response from yesterday because it's something we all do. We're all waking up to our own egos, what we're waking up to. We're all waking up to, just the stuff that we've become. We've allowed ourselves to become in many ways that don't serve us. And like I said, it's like taking off an old, heavy, wet coat from winter and moving into summer, the summer within. That's what it is from living free from the ego. It's like living in the summer within, a much more beautiful space to conduct your life from. So the things that we have to know that there's higher tools, and the tools that when we use them from the lower self, they create a lot of bullshit in our lives. And those are the tools we got to get rid of. Assumption is one of them, and we replace it just with presence, and waiting, giving the space for the truth to emerge. You're right. It's calm. It's calming our own nervous system. Think about your nervous system. If you sat in silence for a little while and you've never done that before, you've never tried to meditate, you see how much noise is going on in your head. You see how much noise is in there. Constant scrolling, constant, getting in the garbage and staying in it and all kinds of stuff. Living low. Living low, maybe because you don't know, or maybe because you're choosing it and you just haven't chosen a better way and found a better way or thought there was a better way. All of the above, but there is a better way. The better way is your authentic self, your light self, the eternal self, right? The one that is the heaven within. Whoo, that's all you. All of that beautiful energy self is the real you. And this is just the costume we wear for a little while on the outside. So we've got to make the costume do what the soul wants to do. That gets us to our highest potential, because we embody self-belief then. We cast out self-doubt. We cast it out. We know we can hear the voice, but we're like, why would I listen to that liar? I have what it takes. I found my strength. Found it. Found the authenticity. Believed it. Moved into it. Embodied it. And live the life from it. That's the higher path. There's lots of distractions in this world. Billions of distractions that can take us away from that knowing. Every day we're just filling ourselves like we're at Six Flags. Six Flags of nightmare, and there's good stuff too. Don't get me wrong, there's good stuff. Lots of good stuff in this world. If we focused on that and discarded the other stuff, what a world it would be. Right? Well, that's what we're doing. We're seeing the crap for what it is. We no longer want to participate in it, and we no longer want to have a system that keeps that crappy wheel that's been going on for centuries rolling. It's breaking down. It's breaking down because we see it. We see through it. We see it's stupid. We see its entirely bizarro world. Stupid, upside-down world. Now, don't buy into that world. It's crap world. Okay. Here we go. Our higher selves would tell us to stop jumping to conclusions and keep our eyes and minds on the bigger picture. If you want to rise to your highest potential, you must give up assumption. You know it as jumping to conclusions. This is better known as the art of getting it wrong. You let your egoic mind spin a tale that you instantly accept as truth. We think we are our thoughts. We believe the thoughts that just come to our minds. Oh my God, that is possible. That has happened to somebody before. I know that mind. Yeah, that's the anxious mind. That's why I wrote this book, trying to get myself out of that crap. Well, it's a belief. It's old beliefs that are not true. Not true at all. It's the imagination in the wrong direction. It's using our gift of imagination in self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. If you knew the Word, of God, and you feel that within, then you wouldn't even consider it, because you'd know it was, you're treating yourself like, you don't know yourself. Like all of a sudden you don't recognize yourself as the true power that you really are. And that's the remembrance that we're going through right now. We're coming into remembrance. You're remembering your higher self as the truth of who you are, your forever self. Okay? And we all have, we're all in the temporary selves. All of our family, our siblings, and all that. We'll meet each other up again when we're done with our mission here. And we talk about it every day. Our real mission has got to include putting our light out into the world as the most important thing. For ourselves, for God, for our family, for the world. It's the most important thing. All right? And you do it in your own specific, beautiful way. The way God created you to do it, your own funny way, your own whatever way that is. Bottle it and just uncork that every day and give that. Right? The other stuff is time to go. You let your egoic mind spin a tale that you instantly accept as truth. Most often, this is what causes the drama to ensue. We cause our own drama when we jump to conclusions. The answer is to calm this negativity that you give voice to. That's it. Centering yourself. Centering. You're never going to know your center unless you take that journey. You learn to quiet the mind with the quiet silence time that we talk about all the time. You got to do it. That's where you hear the higher messages. That's where you learn to calm your nervous system. We all go through life a little nervous. Right? Some of us really nervous. So what's the answer? Well, this is a very dense, energetic place, this third dimension we're in. It's very dense, heavy energy here. So it's easy for us to fall into victimhood. It's easy for us to fall into the lower, dense energies. And so they're dense, so they're heavy, right? But our truest self is light, which is lighter, lighthearted, not so serious, doesn't take itself serious, and certainly knows what the ego is for the ego. So it's like, this is the learning center, right? Not the leering center, the learning center. This is a real learning center. Okay? God's the teacher, voice within. Got to be calm to do it. And then what you gain from that calm in being calm is a calmer mindset overall for the journey ahead. It's like working out and having the muscles to keep going forward physically. Well, this inner journey is what keeps us going along mentally, and it keeps us going along physically too, because it's our life force. It's the very life force that animates us and gives us the ability to lift the weights and to get on the treadmill and to get our own generator pumping to live a better, more fulfilling, and more purposeful life. Okay? You're a big, beautiful ball of energy that you get to put it in different directions. And when you figure out that the darkness is there just as the contrast to keep you in tune, you'll be able to hear your guitar when it's out of tune. Consider yourself the guitar, and you're out of tune when you're in your ego. You're all over the joint, and it doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good. The tunes don't feel good. You know when you're in there. You know when you're there. You're either in self-loathing, you're in anger, you're in, all the basement stuff, the heavy stuff. You're in heavy stuff. All right, well, there's even a light down there in the heavy stuff that's meant to go, all right, this is not really you. This is not really you. This is temporary. This is a temporary little thought pattern you got yourself into. All right? Let's remember. Right now. All right, let's get off this wheel of doom and gloom that we've practiced so many times in our lives. You know how many times I've practiced the wheel of doom in my life? Only about a billion. Right? So I wanted the answer. So I could live in this house calmly after all of the nonsense of the world and 61 years in this world. How do you steady your ship? You stay out of the bullshit. realizing that you aren't it. So don't engage in it. Don't spread it. You can learn to spread the stuff that's the truth. What do you want in your life? Right? Peace, love, joy, harmony, health, wealth, and wisdom. All the good stuff, baby. All the good stuff. And you're already it. It's discarding the stuff that is not it. It's discarding the need to blurt out the stuff that is not it. Gossip. Putting others down to make ourselves feel bigger. Narcissism. All that garbage. It's such a drain on your own energy if you've gotten caught in it. It's such a drain on your own. You're pinching off your whole life force in there. We all do it. But you can master the other way by mastering those emotions instead of letting them take you willy-nilly wherever they want to take you. You're not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the beautiful soul behind them that can do what you want, do things with those. Those are tools that you can use. Our emotions are a guidance system for us within. Instead of just becoming what they seem to be, they're a guidance system. When you look deeper within, you say, what's this emotion of anger telling me? Why am I angry about this? Why am I jealous about this? Why am I? That's what you really need to get to. Those are the questions you really need to ask yourself, is not just jumping into it. Yeah, I'm jealous, and here's why, and here's what, and here's this. And then you find yourself in that crap all the time. That lower, mediocre, low buzzing life. Low buzzing. When you are so much bigger than all of that. So much brighter than all of that. Right? It's about sloughing. Sloughing. That's like one of those words. It's not really, a fun word. Slough it off. All right? It's like some of the words that people don't like moist. Elise Testo. You don't like that one? Moist. Right. Sloughing. But you do. That's what it is. You're taking off old selves that no longer serve. And you realize they don't serve you anymore. Assumption, jumping to conclusions. That's just a big part of it. That's the match that lights the fuse of drama. Assumption is the match that lights the fuse of drama. And you're lighting the match. You are lighting the match to cause that drama. Unless you learn to be present. Give space. See if it's true. And then still don't overreact. Love still has a better way than overreaction. Always. Responding. That's when you become the master of yourself, is in responding. Anybody can react. Everybody does it. It's the cheap way out. Ego is the cheap way out because it never takes account for itself. It never solves anything because it never takes account. Unless we take account, we can't solve. We can't break out of old patterns. We can't break out of old wounds and old grudges that we hold on to that just weigh us down and make us sick. They make us sick in many ways that we don't even know. Many ways. But mostly it just feels like low energy to us. We just don't feel great. And we want to, and no matter what we do, even if we work out, it's a mental game. It's a mental game. All right? But when you attach this to the mental game, this is what guides the mental game. Well then, my friend, you're choosing. You're choosing to be part of the universe. Again, you're aligning with the universe, the one song that we all know we are to each other, above all the fray of the 3D world that can only see this much of what's truly out there and what's truly in other people. We don't know. We're looking at disguises all the time. That's why we assume. When you look at a disguise and it looks a little rough and you go, okay, all right, well, that person hasn't robbed a house in the last half hour, have they? Right? You can assume that, and then you're throwing that shit out into the world, and it's just like, man, no. Bless that person. Send a silent blessing when your ego wants to judge. That's how you turn it around in yourself. It's like it's not all about you. You're not the center of the universe. No. You're a fractal of the love that is the universe. That's the way you need to roll, as a fractal of love, not a disoriented ego separate from that very knowing, separate from that very truth. You're just playing the character, and you don't know you're playing a character. You're just playing a character that was put together, lines that were handed to you, all that stuff, ways of thinking, self-pity, martyrdom. You've seen somebody in your family always martyring and in self-pity, and that's how they got their love. That's how they got their love. They were crying out for love with martyrdom and self-pity. But no, that's not how you do it. It's not what God gives you. God says, no need to self-pity. You are the power. You are it. You are the love that you seek. You are the light that you seek. Once you understand that and embody it, well, then you're just the helper. You're just the helper to help others realize that they too are that. That's what Jesus did. He was a street preacher that just went out and preached the truth of who we each are. He said we're all just like him, right? Jesus the love, not Jesus the man. Jesus the love, the embodiment of the Christ consciousness, of Jesus' way, his teachings, his message is the same message. It's just love conquers all. Light conquers all darkness. Darkness can attract darkness, all right? And darkness trying to snuff out darkness, well, that can work for a while, but it's still darkness. What has to cast out darkness is light. Like going into a dark room, lots of darkness in there, everybody in their ego not knowing who they are, and then all of a sudden God turns on the light and sees it so spacious and it's beautiful, and we're all beautiful, and we forgot. We got lost in our darkness. We got lost in self-doubt. We got lost in not believing in any truth other than what we saw in the mirror. Right. Once I was lost, then I was found. Then I was found. That's how it goes. When you find yourself in that light, then you're aligned. And you've recognized your true power and what you're here to do. What you're here to do. Your true purpose, my friend, once you know it, there's your wings, baby. You're going to put it in everything that you do. You're going to put it in everything that you do. That's why giving your light is the most important ingredient in your whole life. Well, then you found the formula. Light in your thoughts, light coming out of your mouth, right? Light coming out of your mouth. Don't let the other shit out of there. We're trying to change this whole schematic here, the whole play, letting everybody know they can take off their masks, right? The mask that we use to defend our light. We're not here to defend our light. We're here to let it loose so it can cast out the darkness. We're here to let it loose, so don't hide it. Don't be afraid to talk about light and God and Jesus, whatever that is, right? Don't hide your light. That's hiding your light. It's hiding the light, right? Love thy neighbor, know thyself. All right. After giving the needed space, we cause our own drama when we jump to conclusions. The answer is this calm, this negativity that you give voice to. You do this by giving some time between your ego's usual reaction and then what you let out of your mouth. This time is of great value to you. That space that you give between your usual patterned thought of reaction in all of this stuff. If you're used to just living from reaction and you want to learn to live from response, well, then you got to learn to be present, calm, learn how to calm your own energy. And that's what I talk about every day. You calm your own energy by being calm. You find your own peace by being peaceful. It's the practice. It's the practice of doing exactly what you want to feel. Okay? So you have some effort in there, but the effort is effortless. You're sitting there, all right? The effort is just letting those thoughts go by that want to be the monkey wheel in your mind when you want to do stuff like that, when you want to meditate, letting that wheel go. It'll calm itself over time. It's like starting to learn to drive and you're so attentive to everything. You're looking everywhere. Your head's on a swivel, the whole thing. But then when you learn to drive and you get comfortable in it and the car and you kind of become one, right? Well, then there you go. You've kind of aligned yourself with that way. You're walking in it because now it's not something that you're just learning. It's something that you're living in now. You're something that you know. It's a knowing now. It's a knowing. It's the same thing working on your inner journey. It becomes a knowing, that still pond inside, that is always welcoming you home, like the prodigal son or daughter, right? You've been out in the world, you're feeling everybody else's energy, you've sucked it all in today, and you really just got to go to Focus Master and pound some pads, or just come home and sit for a while and let it take you home. Let the calm take you home, back home. All right? It's there. It's always there. It's us that gets out of our head. It's us that gets out of that sphere of light, out of alignment. Okay? So it's always there unless we take ourselves away from it. Like the sun. It's always there unless, we put clouds in front of it ourselves. All right, so we have to learn to be the great arbiter of who we are, of who we really are. If we're already in a whirlwind of stress from another totally separate issue, and a new issue arises, we will most likely begin grouping them together like targets in the shooting gallery. Well, that's what happens when you're in that angry mindset. Well, it's all game on now. Anything that's in that vortex now of that energy is going to come in, it's going to annoy the crap out of you, and now you're going to start talking about that, and then you're going to bring up shit from 30 years ago, and it's just that whole psychotic whirlwind of all the stuff that we've been hanging on to in here, all the fast food of life that we're holding on to. We have no need for it. We're on a new steady diet of finding and aligning with our light and choosing to spread that as our Johnny Appleseed way forward. Only through your consistent practice of higher sight and big picture thinking will you be in the proper head to make better choices in how you approach situations and life in general. Right? Your approach to life is presence. Being there, wherever you are. You're 10 different places all the time. You're looking at your phone or somebody talking to you. Now, that's what creates the monkey mind. And Mr. Multitasking, I know that mindset. How much shit I can get done? Yeah, but great. Yeah, that's the strive. But the thrive, you got to balance that strive with some thrive. And the thrive is making sure you know how to stay calm in that. That's the best way, right? You connect your heart with whatever you do. Well, now you're in passion. It's a whole different thing than striving. It's thriving in your own favor, in taking you to what you want to see unfold, okay? We all have days where our heads are in the basement. Learning to center yourself in these times will prove to be your higher path forward. Learning to compartmentalize our issues will help prevent us from shooting up the whole place at once. Compartmentalize it. It's like, well, I have this issue in there and it's annoying the crap out of me. And now this mindset's got me. And now there's people coming at me with some other stuff. Well, I'm not going to be in the best agreeable, harmonious mindset with what I'm facing here, am I? Well, that's why you got to be present. And you got to be able to say, okay, I'll set that aside. I'll take care of that. Don't worry, I got that. That's the easiest way to compartmentalize that I found. Is I got that, I will take care of that. You tell your own mind that I'm just putting you aside for a second. Let me take care of what's here in front of me. God put this person in front of me. Here I am. All right, so give me some time here, attention. There's something that needs to happen here. All right? You live in that present moment. And you bring your best to both of those things. You just brought your best to both of them. I'm going to give my attention to this person. And I'm also going to give my best to that when I have time to devote just to that. And I'm not giving half-hearted stuff to either of them. Got it? That's what presence brings. And it's a present. It's a present to yourself because you're not getting all, oh my God, I got a million things to do. Please don't bother me right now. I got this other asshole on the line and I got this other stuff to do. And next thing you know, we're in the whirlwind that we hate to be in. But it just seems to be a pattern. Yeah, because we all have work to do on ourselves. And we can be much brighter than that and much calmer than that. More than anything else, much more calm. Coming from a Mr. Anxiety, I can tell you, it's living different. It's living different. It's just different choices and beliefs. It's different beliefs. It's believing in what God says about you. That's the truth. You live from that truth. You learn what that truth is. That's the inner journey. It's the inner journey, my friend, and it's the beautiful journey. It's the only worthy journey. You're here. You're here to help. You're not here to be a victim. You're not here to play victim. You're not here to play a character that is below who you really are. You're not. So if you're playing a character that's below the light of God, consider yourself insulting the light. You're insulting the light. The light doesn't get insulted. The light is just love. But you can think about it that way. It's like, wow, I can't insult the creator who decided that I was love and loved me enough to be here to help this place. I can't play victim, or I'm going to be no help to myself, much less anybody else. You get it? You're a gift to the world. You're a gift to the world when you turn your light on. We all need it. We all need you. You matter. Oh, you matter more than you ever know. God says you matter enough to be here. Well, then that's it. That's it. You matter enough to be here for this change. This change. There's a beautiful change happening. And it's happening in you, or you wouldn't be watching this podcast. You wouldn't be interested in it if this didn't resonate with you. You wouldn't even be going, okay, what's Marty doing now? This crazy crap he's doing. Right? Unless it resonates with you as truth. Well, that's it, my friend. There's no distinction between who we are just because of our costumes or because of our culture, because of any of that stuff. When we realize that a lot of that stuff that was handed to us was a bunch of lies, and we can all rise above those lies in our own culture, in our own selves, in our own, all of the stuff. We can rise above that. Where I came from, and I'm proud of this, and I'm proud to be that, and I'm proud to be this. Well, how about being grateful then? How about being grateful instead? Grateful to be a beautiful fragment of light, that God chose you to be here, and rise above all that crap. Rise above all that self crap. It's just, you're here to use this character and the talents that are in here. Not just from being here now, but from your ancestors. Those talents are in here. Do not waste them living in darkness. Do not waste them assuming that you are less than the light itself. That's how you waste them. You put yourself in a box instead of busting that box open and letting it fly. And letting it fly, letting you fly. Letting you fly. Cue the Rocky theme. Cue the Rocky theme. Oh, God, that movie. That movie motivated me more than anything. I said I want to thank Sylvester Stallone one day for that movie. Rocky 1. Oh, my God, the next day I was 12. The next day I was jogging. I was eating oranges. I was wearing sweats and gray sweats. It was so motivating for me. I wouldn't think we would have created Focus Master if it wasn't for Rocky. I even think Hong Kong Phooey had something to do with it. My martial arts career. Sure. Cartoons. It's great. We had the best in the 70s, didn't we? If you're somebody like me in my age group, we had the best of the best. All of it. So be grateful. Be grateful that you've lived in and we're able to give in a world where, we see a lot of garbage, but you're not given garbage. You're not given garbage. You're being your best self, showing your talents. You're inspiring others just by being your authentic self, your authentic light-giving self. That's the best we can do. All right, guys. Oh, listen, tomorrow, all right, don't forget this Post-it note. 3/21, tomorrow, the 21st, at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. There's a worldwide meditation, 5-minute meditation, peace meditation, all around the world. But our time, watching here, is 1 Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Take 5 minutes out of your day tomorrow. I know it's Saturday. I know you got a lot going on. I'm going to mention it again tomorrow to remind you. All right? 5 minutes, wherever you are at 1 o'clock. Even if you're at a table with some friends, say, let's just stay quiet for 5 minutes. And we recite these 4 things: peace, love, unity, and respect. Plur. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Okay? Those 4 words, just out as a mantra, silently, heart open. Heart open. That's the best energy. And we're all doing it at one time. There's going to be a beautiful ripple from that. Be part of it. Be part of it. And I hope you feel it. I hope to feel it too. But I'm going to do it nonetheless. So I hope you will join in that. I'll remind you tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you. Much love to you and yours. We'll see you tomorrow.